and you start dating, and you get to know. They said the first 90 days is not the real person. That's the persona you put up. Uh, Well, I would say the first 90 days, that person, they tell you what you want to hear. They put out their skill, opening the door for you, the car door, and maybe you look first, looking all nice. She got her hair combed, maybe it look like after that 90 days, day 91, she coming out with some sweatpants on here, and a ponytail, or a bonnet on, and some flip-flops. You come out with some dirty shoes. I know somebody don't like dirty shoes on the man. You come out with dirty shoes on, you may got a pony's hair, had a hat on, and you took it off, and you're like, wow. Because you can't pretend what you want. You really, you're talking real sweet and everything, and pretty soon you're going to start to see things that you don't like. You're going to start seeing, well, he should be doing something I cannot stand. You're going to start. So my dad used to say, the honey has left the room. You start to see things. You'll see stuff, or you'll say, I'm not to eat, and people get in you You're learning the ins and outs of that individual. That's when it's time to test on love. Do I really love this person enough to put up with everything that we do? Some of us are very picky and like what we like, and there's nothing wrong with that. You like what you like. I don't like chewing with your mouth. Don't talk to me when you got mouth. But can I get over that? Because the good outweighs the bad. The good, I got to get out over that hurdle in order to say, you are good like this person. Because now, what happened? You don't want to know anymore. Can I still love them after that? You get married, and you all of a sudden, you wake up, they got no makeup on. They got a moo on. Although those are very comfortable in a bond. You left the cat off the bed. I don't like nobody to do this. That's why I have my own. I'm not sure. But these are the things that you look at and say, don't get your clothes on. I'm going to take your pants off and walk out and you on the floor, and I'm going to get them. But can I still love after that? All the stuff that happens, God still loves us. But we want to get you, nah, I can't do it. Some of us go, if you don't want it, they will cut you off. Really? No, because they're not perfect. So I'm going to cut them off. Just think of God from that. He's saying, no, I know you're. And he said, I'm going to love you anyway. Because I know that eventually you will love me when you're back in the right relationship. So to know his will is to be in his word. Because We're still at the infancy stage, or the young child stage, and I'll give you an example before we get in about knowing the will. When your mother or father gives you a task to do, and you do it how you want it, and she comes home and she started yelling because it wasn't done right. You were first of all, you're going to get mad. I did it. She told me to clean and I cleaned. But here's the thing. You have to not go according to what you think. This is what we mess up when it comes to time. We make people say, okay, this is what it means. But I was trying to get a clear understanding. And my mom said, clean the kitchen. Some of us will just what? Wash the dishes. But the kitchen consists of more than the water. Right? Sweep the floor, mop the floor, clean the counters, clean the stove, now clean the microwave. Yeah, that's cleaning the kitchen. But because you're doing what you think is clean, I'm just gonna wash the dishes. I ain't even put them away. And you wonder why mom's yelling at you. Because you have not got to the point where you're saying, you know what, I'm tired of getting woke. Because you have not submitted your will and said, Mom, I'm trying to do what you want me to do. What can you just show me what you need, Mom? Just show me what you need. Mom will come in there. If my mom, I don't think any of us ever met her expectation. Because she would clean, she would wash clothes, she would iron her sheets and pillows. She would sit in front of the TV watching herself get the iron, have her basket of clothes, she would iron the whole sheet. I never got that. Especially with fitted sheets. You never even got all of them. And put away. Now I would fold the other sheets, but I never ironed the sheets. Never ironed shoes, never ironed clothes. That not very good. Now she didn't get honest like for that, but for in the midst of the conflict, she said, like first thing, but you just said that. She said, "Hey, go to the kitchen." Did you go to the kitchen away? No. Aren't the dishes in the kitchen? So you have to balance. Now, you have to sit and say, oh, this way. How would you not know unless you had a conversation? Lord, am I doing this right? What is your will for my life? But it has to be a conversation. What is a conversation? Prayer. Prayer is the conversation. Prayer is one of the key elements to knowing God. Just like I said, let's turn it back to the natural. Just like when you meet someone, in order to get you, what's your name? What do you like to do for fun? And then you ask what's your sign in the room. What's your sign? What's your favorite food? What kind of food you like tonight? Look, you have all these lists to get to know someone. What kind of food you like to eat? All these things you ask to get conversation. So it's the same thing with God. God, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? Because if you don't have His Word, how can you start sinning? How can you submit when you don't know Him? What are you submitting to? You don't know. I don't know how to submit because I don't know Him. Just like you're a leader, and this is what we're going to do. We know we've been long enough to know Pastor will be good. We know, right? So we know. Oh, he said we can't keep practice in the sanctuary. Maybe it's something wrong. He said we can't keep practice in the sanctuary, so why would we do it, right? He said practice. You're not submitted. Because to me, you don't respect God if you don't do it. Let's go to Romans. One and two. You have